Hey everybody, this is Grace. I am on my way to buy a few groceries, just a little bit at the Walmart neighborhood market. Not much at all. I just want to get out. I got to get out every day. That's how I've always been, at least once. But this is some stuff I need. Just anyway, what I want to do is talk about in this video somebody, yet another person who basically did this whole thing of dirty deleting. Now, I don't know how many years ago I first heard dirty deleting, but on video, it was on YouTube, and people say that about people dirty deleting their videos. Well, you know, they don't have to delete them. You do know that, right? You just have to put them on private and or on unlisted, whatever. I would say more on private, but that's the term people use for these things. Well, like when a content creator, you know, somebody who makes a video, gets caught, and like they say they're a grifter, you know, an e-bagger, grifter, this kind, charlatan, whatever. They get called out on the carpet for whatever they're doing, or some people just decide, hey, I disagree with you. You know, they say something, you know, the content creator says something on a video or live stream, and all of a sudden their audience turns on them and says, you know, you are wrong. And they're very opinionated. Now, I have opinions about people having so many opinions, but you know, like, oh, let me see your channel, okay? Let's take a look at yours. Oh, you don't have one? Yeah. But it really depends on the person and on the reason why they're doing that. If they're just trolls, they're just trolls, you know. And but there's some people, they just simply can't handle the truth. They can't handle constructive criticism. They can't handle, you know, like people say, the truth, like I just said, or anything that says you're wrong. Anybody telling them they're wrong, they just cannot handle it. And instead of confronting it, they just, you know, like I said, they can just put their video on private, or they can delete it. Like I said, usually I think that what they do is put it on private and wait until this stink is off, and then they make it public again before a year, so they get some money from it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how that works. Mine aren't monetized. Okay, to go back a little bit, I have to say this in each video, but I have my first channel that I started making videos on. It'll be 11 years in August, and during this time I have seen so many of these grifters. I think that's just a good name just to throw them all under. They're trying to make money off their audience, and they're very manipulative, master manipulators, and kind of a Machiavellian kind of behaviors mixed with a little bit of narcissism. And some would just say that they're just grifters. They're just grifters. But they're grifting it. All these years I've seen so many I've made videos on. I don't point out the channel name. I'm not here to be a gossip / reaction channel, in that gossip kind of way. So I don't say their names, their channel names, nothing like that. I talk about the behaviors, and in the sense that it's like it's scripted. And it's the same thing, lather, rinse, repeat. Sometimes with the same person, but over all these years, it's the same kind of behaviors. They don't do exactly the same, but you know what I'm saying. And like this is one of them. Whenever the audience finally figures them out, you know, I'm not blaming the audience. I'm not. Don't blame the victims, because these people are master manipulators, like I said. But once their eyes are open, they're open, and people become very opinionated, and that has happened again. Okay, now a few years ago, I've had this happen to me. First time I saw it was back in 2014. Okay, 2014. Not long after I made my account, and it was 2014, yeah. And started making videos, and I'm like, what the heck? What is this? I'd make a video and another woman, she'd do the same thing, like within the next 24 hours, pretty much every time. She'd make the same video. And she kept doing that. And then it's been like that ever since then. I don't think a year has gone by that somebody hasn't done that to me. But it's not always just to me. The people who do this, like one, that I keep getting these recommended videos because somebody else she's done wrong apparently, and they're attacking her, all their friends and all this stuff, for being a copycat, you know, for she's very let's say her opinions, she really needs to watch her opinions because some of that could get her channel taken away. And she copycatted me. Okay, where was it? But she did the thing of copycatting me, but a whole bunch of people all at that same time. She's around my age, maybe a few years younger. And she did a whole bunch of other people at the same time. And like I said, I don't get into that whole gossip reaction channel stuff. So I didn't say her name, but she actually felt flattered that I would say on my channel about the behaviors. She felt flattered by it. That's a pretty messed up mind. She felt flattered by somebody saying, how dare she copycat people, including me. You know, this kind of thing. What's going on over here, mister? Something going on here. Okay, I don't know what that was. I guess they thought there was something underneath their car or something. I don't know. It was weird. This man around my age got on his knees and was staring underneath his car. Okay. But anyway, so where was I? I never get to get videos finished, you know, and flowing right. But yeah, you know, now people are attacking her, you know, I say attacking, no, she's getting what some would say was what she deserves. Because she became a reaction channel. You know, she's complaining about what somebody else is doing wrong when she's doing wrong. Okay, and that's how those kinds of channels tend to go, you know. And sometimes I sit back and I would say, you know, this is all just, it's all scripted. It's the people who are doing the wrong stuff, the people who are making gossip / reaction channels off of them and, you know, calling them out. And it's just, you know, a way of people making money off of their audience. My view, every once in a while. Anyway, it's happened again. And the whole thing of dirty deleting. And like I said, you know, if you can look up dirty deleting. I just did again before I started making this video. But you know, it's when they don't, like it said, the AI overview. I Googled it, and it basically said these are people who generally is thought of as that they don't want to take any accountability. Me, I've always saw them as that they, you know, they just, well, it's basically that. They don't want to take accountability. They just don't believe that they're wrong. And you can't tell them they're wrong. They just, you know, as I see it, it's more often, not always, it's more of a histrionic behavior. You know, like there's narcissistic personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder, borderline and personality disorder, and antisocial in the DSM, cluster B. I see it more as the, what I've seen. I don't diagnose, but the behaviors and traits and characteristics of those histrionic, you know, like I said, well, I've said this so many times before, that they want all the attention to go toward them. They want all this attention. They'll steal people's ideas, or adult mean girls, adult mean boys, drama queens, drama kings. And they want all that attention. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Look at me, look at me, look at me. What I say, gimme, gimme, gimme. But yeah, that was always part of it too. Give me all the attention. And they will, and anybody who calls them on the carpet like that, anybody who has anything negative to say against them, they say, oh, those are just haters. And then they flip scripts and stuff like that, and they get on there, they play the victim when they are the victimizer, and but they'll play that victim. Oh, they have it down pat. But eventually somebody calls them on the carpet. Some people start seeing it. Others their eyes start to open, in the audience, and they start leaving comments, and before you know it, the comments section just explodes, because more and more people, their eyes are open. And then that's when that person often dirty deletes it. Okay? Because they don't want that. In any way. And it is hard because that could continue, because people know that can happen. And then the next video, the next video, the next video, that they'll have their opinions on there again. So that person would basically have to stop accepting comments, or have to be there, or have somebody who's monitoring 24/7, or some people. And some people aren't going to do that for somebody that's been outed for their behaviors like that. And yeah. Yep. Okay, I went in there to the store and bought some stuff. I didn't stay very long. Yeah, it was, I don't know, the atmosphere today was off. It's 2:57 p.m. on June 1st, 2025, and it's a Monday. It just felt off, like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up on this video. I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.